Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm sitting here with Professor Adrian Beck. Hi, Adrian.
Hi, Eve. Nice to see you again.
How are you coping with this confinement again?
Best as we can. Best as we can.
So, it didn't stop us from having a great webinar and the group discussion this week on reimagining video as a deterrent. It was amazing how compelling the business cases were from Tesco and Asda on public video monitors on the self-checkout areas and body-worn cameras. What did you think about the session? Did anything surprise you? Was it as you expected? Give us some feedback.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Eve. I thought it was a really interesting session. The focus was really upon trying to understand how we use video technologies to generate deterrence, and of course, deterrence has been one of the key drivers of why people have invested in video technologies over the years, certainly in retail. But I think one of the challenges increasingly has been that there's a feeling that its potential as a deterrent has faded over time as offenders become more familiar with the technology, but also just simply because there is so much video now out in the world that perhaps people are becoming enamored to it and therefore don't take it as seriously perhaps as they did in the past. So I thought what was really interesting about the session that we had this week was the way in which retailers were trying to re-energize their deterrent component of their video technologies to try and make it much more dynamic and active rather than the sort of passive ways in which video has traditionally been used to try and create deterrence. So as you say, we had two really compelling cases from both Asda and Tesco. Tesco really putting forward some really interesting data on the way that they've been using public display monitors at their self-checkouts to try and create deterrence, but personalizing that deterrence to the individual using that technology. And then we also heard from Asda in the way in which they've been using body-worn cameras to deliver a similar sort of effect, whereby when somebody begins to get involved in some sort of incident, they're able to turn on that video camera and say, look, we're now recording you. This isn't recording everybody, it's just focused on you, with the hope that that will then begin to change their behavior and hopefully stop them doing what they're doing. And they shared some really powerful data, which they suggested that they'd seen a 40% reduction in the amount of recorded incidents that they'd had in stores where they were now using this technology. So, two really great examples of how you can begin to re-energize your deterrent capacity of your video systems by making it much more personalized, but also much more dynamic as well.
Yeah, it was very interesting. From Genetech perspective, from technology perspective, I find it often that new innovative solutions normally come as the siloed system. And our customers at Genetech, when we're talking about integrating self-checkout monitors or just any public monitor or new technologies as body-worn cameras, we're trying to put it all together under one platform because that which will make the ease of creating that evidence, sharing it with either police or law enforcement, or now with Article 15, we need to have the data subject requests satisfied, and that makes it even more difficult because the video needs to be blurred to protect rights and freedoms of others. So what we're trying to do is to again put it all under one platform to make sure that it's maximum automated process and just to increase return on investment.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, Eve. Which is, it's all well and good having these systems working in one or two stores and trials, but when you begin to roll it out much more broadly and begin to use it across the organization, then I think you need to really think hard about how it's going to be integrated into other systems, but also, as you say, automated. What you don't want are these systems to create more work. Actually, what you want them to do is to create less work, and therefore you need to think carefully about how they're integrated, and you can maximize their potential through various ways of automating some of the processes that they require to work properly.
Yeah, and that is actually that brings us to our next session, which is around Video Hub. So I think we're looking forward to it. I mean, you will meet again a little bit before that and discuss what to expect. And then I think that will be exactly that place where you can combine and centralize and automate most of the subsystems in physical security and much more beyond that. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you everyone for watching. Please like the video, please read my article, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great weekend.